Welcome back to the Quiet Car Podcast. On today's episode, Walmart is going live. PSA is cleaning house. And also, matcha is not good for your soul. Period. Also, it's on to the road to the National. Also, we're in June. Nationals at the end of July. Oof. You already know what it is. We got us all next month is going to be all focused on National. So if you want to know anything about National, what to do, where to go, trade night, all this other stuff, we would definitely have all that tied in there. Hopefully, I know some people are doing their trade nights and stuff like that. So we have all the information going on right now. But it's your boy Money right now. Yable's on the other side of me. JP is right there. Up, what is up? How's your weekend?
Man, the weekend was dope, man. It was a good weekend, fulfilling weekend.
So look, I went up to Chattanooga. Check this, Jerry. Check this out. I went up to Chattanooga Sunday. I was tired Saturday, so I didn't feel like going. And went up to Sunday. Apparently, Saturday had all the people there. 1,200 people, they said, showed up Saturday.
Oh my God.
So Sunday, the deals were plentiful.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. So, that was crazy. And I was like, okay, and it felt like it was a pretty good show there. Still the same, still the same thing as 70% Pokemon, about 30% sports.
How many Labubus?
So that right there. So listen, shout out to JR. Okay, look, shout out to JR. Right, here we go.
Okay, yeah.
Hold on, shout out to JR. Let's hear it. Listen,
so he got on you and me about he said what is this furry creature angry? This is Labubus, really? Right? This is Labubu. This ain't no just furry creature to sniff. This is Labubu.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it. I said, look, when was in Orlando, I didn't understand it either. You just hear stories about it. You know what I'm saying?
Whammy.
And so, but I when you're in the mix and you see every third person have it on.
When a gentleman with $100,000 Patek Philippe on his wrist and 3 Labubus and a Louis Vuitton bag.
Dressed up.
Every Labubu's dressed up. Face tattoos.
That's fancy.
Probably has a connection somewhere. You got to fly a plane to or a boat. I don't know how that stuff works. But bro was buying high-end stuff.
First of all, here's another stat I heard also. I think Labubu did over $1 billion of sales.
That is crazy.
Jerry, am I? Do you hear that? Did you hear that?
1 billion.
It's somewhere right there.
Like they came out of nowhere. How have they had time to make $1 billion?
Yeah.
But they've been here though. That's the thing.
Where did they come from though?
Listen, we talked about that on the we talked about Pop Mart on the podcast. I think one time a couple months ago when I started seeing these 6-hour lines out of these stores.
That's what it's the same thing. It's the same thing for Pokemon cards. It's the exact same thing.
Well, I got me 2 coming, so
2 Labubus?
Yeah.
2 Labubus.
Yeah.
Hey, JR. I can't wait for us to clip this the day you buy your Labubu.
I know. Shout out to JR. He's gonna get one.
We love you, bro.
He's gonna get one.
Oh, that's true. We really do.
And on the strength, he's gonna get a gray one just like this.
Yeah. So
whammy.
So what's the chase? So
it's the brown one. The brown one of the standing ones is the Chase.
Wait, is it only just one Chase
Well,
that we know of?
I mean, this is worth double the box that I paid. So I came out great. I think yours was like 30 or 40 over the box you paid. So I don't think either of us did bad. We didn't hit the crazy one, but we definitely didn't hit the lowest one.
I feel like I feel like we'd be the only ones in Huntsville with Labubus.
That's why I was wondering if it even hit down here.
Yeah,
hold on. No. It
Or
not
up
only
here.
has hit down here. We went to our spot because I was giving stuff Amani to grade, and our server, who knows we're just into weird shit, she immediately flipped out the moment she saw Labubu. She just said, "I haven't seen one in person," but she immediately knew what it was.
That's crazy. I mean, that's why I'm getting them too, man. Nice, they're nice little gift, man.
I want to get mine with a face
Yeah,
tattoo.
my niece graduated, man.
You know, Johnny out in Houston, he tried to make one with a grill.
Yeah,
dude, that was crazy.
Do with the whole tops and everything. So, but so I went to so we had this. So I left, went to Atlanta, right? So his story we was talking about, right?
Yeah.
Matcha is the worst thing ever made.
Delicious because Amani does not like coffee. Amani, hold on. Us three have been in a hotel room more than most other folks.
Well, hold on. What about the person that does like coffee though?
It's me and Marcus. Yeah.
Yeah, but he don't like matcha either.
Yeah, okay. So that's what I'm saying. Half of the coffee people like it, but 100% of the people who don't like coffee don't like matcha. Amani here in the middle to the side here. You see me with my eyes over here looking. Yeah. This is the guy who doesn't like coffee at all.
Nope. Me. But I can definitely tolerate coffee.
You cannot tolerate coffee.
I can tolerate coffee. Yeah.
Not one time in my entire life have I seen you take one sip. Not
but I just
one
don't.
sip of coffee.
I just choose not to
literally.
drink it.
Hold on. This last Orlando trip, at the ass crack of dawn, Marcus looks at me and goes, "Jerry, do you want a cup of coffee?" I looked this man dead in his eyes and said, "Hell yes." Not a blink of a doubt, not a consideration. Like, hell yes. Amani, I could tolerate a sip.
Nope.
I could tolerate a little coffee on my tongue.
But matcha is
matcha is too much.
Cut grass with ice in it.
It does kind of, it reminds me of grass for real.
Yes, that's all it is. It's cut grass with ice in it. And like I said, people are forcing themselves to drink this garbage.
Hold on. I have a challenge for a surprise that comes out in a similar color. We should all drink some matcha.
No.
Because it is a similar color to Amani's shirt and another surprise. A sneaky surprise.
No matchas over here. Done for. Dunzo.
Matcha, man.
So like I said, so matcha, don't believe the hype. But also, like I said, went to the Battery, had to go pick up some food in the Battery. Met up with Wnba and some stuff.
What up, Bo?
I got some.
Hold on. Not as good as the taco spot. If I'm gonna be honest, if I'm visiting Wnba, we're going to the taco spot.
Yeah, I mean, if I was in Alabama,
though,
if I was in Alabama,
worth the trip.
Yeah. It is worth the trip. Check Erasmo and Lucy out.
It's definitely worth the trip.
Yeah. Let's go tacos, Pell City, Alabama.
Yeah, I had to go pick up my my Delta cards in. So
it's so fresh, man.
Yeah. So if anybody knows, Delta has a thing on. You fly Delta, you can go to the pilot and ask for trading cards. And they give you the card of the airplane that you're on, this and this. It's the whole thing you collect on this and this. What I have is Delta celebrating 100 years in the air. I have special edition only for employees only. I have 2 special edition cards. And it comes with a gift card also.
The gift card pays for it.
Basically. But the resale value on that thing is crazy. But I mean, I probably was gonna keep it anyway. There's no point in me even getting rid of it. Something that simple, but
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're not gonna get it again at that price.
no. So,
And it's beautiful.
I love it. It will definitely gonna look good in a case. I think by the time the Huntsville show come around, I'm gonna have it in a case and just have it laid out so people can see it. Anybody wants it, they can pay a premium. $1,200.
1,200. Hit him with the
What is it?
$1,200.
My Labubu is going to be at least 13, so no, I'm not doing it for 12.
Yeah, wait till it get the
Wait till it gets there.
So, but yeah, that's how my weekend goes. So,
No, my weekend, that sounds great. I'm honestly jealous I didn't go to the show, bro. The pictures looked wild.
It did.
oh, Cardiac was there. So shout out to Cardiac.
Bro, I know. Hold on. I'm drooling over what this man put in his case, and I'm like, bruh. But all his stuff is like PSA 10, beautiful. Like, first off, if you ever pick up a raw card from that guy, you best believe it's going to get a 10.
First of all, Cardiac has some. He didn't have no sports with him today. So
yeah, because I know somebody who been buying them all. I would never tell anybody, but
crazy. But the Pokemon that he got was like, he got a lot of Gengars. I'll tell you that.
So,
man,
that goes back. Yeah, that goes back to that thing though we were talking about, Amani. When you go after certain main characters in the Pokemon realm, regardless of the spectrum of collector they are, they're a character collector. That's the fun thing. Oof. So my weekend was pretty fun. Amani joined me. What was that, Friday night?
Yeah,
over there at Collector's Destiny.
Oh yeah.
So on Friday night,
you be everywhere.
I can't.
Trying.
I remember Cricket. We went over to Cricket's. Well, Cricket's always like hopping. It's just
Cricket. Cricket was popping.
Where do we put Cricket's as like best wings in Huntsville?
Like, hold on, Cricket's is like in JR Cricket's?
No.
No. This is no.
Okay.
I'll be real with you.
I can't speak on it.
Like a 6.5. Maybe a 7. I was hungry. So maybe not the fairest judgment.
Listen, a lot of people would definitely disagree with you. I don't. I
would feel generous to get in the vicinity of a 7 or a 7.5. I couldn't imagine saying an 8. Because I'll be honest with you. Listen, Tender's right down the street. I can get the smoked wings and get them tossed in the hot sauce all day.
Okay.
See, I don't see.
Okay.
Anyways, them all the way through. Good.
I smoked all the way through. Yeah. They smoked all the way through.
They do got some very good.
Amazing.
I like it.
I'm trying to think. No, I'm trying to think of like because listen. Look. So here's the deal about Crickets. A lot of people like Crickets. They live by it
because it's the only thing out there. I'm not trying to be rude.
Best Wings is out there too. No, is it Best Wings out there too?
Yeah, Best Wings has done better in the past. Right now, their wings are about the size of my AirPod case. Like, let's get real.
They do have.
I'm not. Even as a guy who likes flats, what the hell? I need a bigger flat. Like, let the bird grow. Let the bird grow. Why are we cutting them up now?
Yeah. They're getting the same chicken they got from A-Town Wings.
Yeah, that's yes. That is 100% what's happening. It's the same vendor.
But see,
anyways, so cricket's. What did I say? 6'5", 7.
Just say 6.
Yeah. So
how about that way?
So is I
don't leave no comment on us and
trade night. Collector's Destiny though. Amani.
Yeah.
Going back to it. What do you think? I love Collector's Destiny setup. I'm going to be honest with you. At first, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love the bench setup on the side. So, Marcus, catch this. So, literally, right as you open the door, you've got a giant bench that goes down the entirety of the store, but about the last 10, 15 feet, right?
Okay. All right.
And they have little tables set up right next to the bench with one chair in front of it. And then everything else is card shop. I feel like that's the perfect way to set it up. Efficiently.
That's for people to come and take a box and sit down and go through a long box or
play
3-roll cards or something.
Or
play.
Yeah.
Right. Or play
Pokemon. Yeah.
Right.
But you're gonna get outgrown. I think the thing with that shop is, well, let me ask you this: how long has that shop been there for?
At least a year.
They're
I know they're gonna outgrow it, but listen, it's just like every cool goldfish you've ever had. They always outgrow the tank, and that's a cool goldfish.
I used to throw mine at Big Spring Park,
and that's probably still that big 10-foot fucking goldfish out there right now.
Yeah, shout out to
so. Trade night was lit. I went into trade night with $30 cash, and I said, "This is the limit of what I was going to spend." I lied and I doubled.
That ain't happened.
I
saw your video. I was like, Jared about to Jared will win left.
So long and short, I think in my own opinion, I wouldn't call myself an expert, but I traded $60 cash and then $100 worth of vintage for basically $300 worth of stuff. But a lot of it was damaged. A lot of it was like people were like, But because I've gone to that trade night so many times, I had people walk up to me and they go, "Hey, they said you buy damaged stuff. Can I show you this?" And I was like, "Ooh, I want this, that, the third." And they're literally like, "Everybody else told me it was doo-doo. What price would you give me?" And I said, "What about this price?" And they go, "That's more than anybody else has ever offered me. Of course I'll take that."
Man.
And I'm like, okay, just so you know, in the game of fairness, this is what TCG has it for right now. And the gentleman goes, "Yeah, bro, I didn't pay anywhere near that much. What you offered me is completely fair."
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
All day.
No haggling. Cool.
So that was fucking lit. I took a bunch of shit, and I'll be honest with you guys. The tactic that I've been doing where I write kind of silly stuff on the card after I give the evaluation of condition. And by the way, I always write it on the penny sleeve. I had a husband and wife. They were sitting there trading with me, and the wife or the husband goes, "Is this wrote on the card?" I said, No. It's all on the penny sleeve. I just want you to know what you're getting into. He goes, "Oh, the arrow's pointing to where it's dented, ding, this, that, and the third." Correct. So after about the third one, his wife goes, "Oh my God, that's so cute. It's got a little cape on it." And the cape is not really on the Pokemon card. It's just some stupid stuff I drew on a penny sleeve. But the wife goes, "Ooh, I need this. I need that." I said, "Oh, the bigger the pile, the better the deal."
Always.
So
always.
Long and short, I just said, "Hey, look. You want this pile. I want these two things. And essentially, value wise, I owe you $1. Can I hand you this $1?" And the husband looked at the wife, and the wife goes, it's an equal trade. He goes, okay. I take that stuff, go trade it off to other people. I had a guy who goes, oh, hey, I've got this super damaged Shadowless Venusaur. Would this be something that interests you? And I'm like, yes, it would. So it was great. That next day, the damage is a play right now.
I see the play, man.
Well, and I think the fun part is the common reaction I get is, why would you want to buy that? Well, there's a market.
There's a market.
The thing is I made a reel today talking about buying damaged cards, and I had a picture of a whole bunch of damaged cards that I had recently purchased. I had multiple people hit me up and go, oh, hey, I've got this. You might like this. Or, oh, hey, I even had one person comment and go, I would trade my whole collection for some of those cards.
Ooh.
Like, even with it being damaged, you can still have stuff because it puts stuff at a price point that's fair, right? Yep. You know, there's certain this Espeon, if it's in it's an Espeon EX. If it's in a near mint condition, it's like $200-$300 plus, right? PSA 10 more than that, right? Like you're not touching it unless you've got a real nice watch on. When I've got this damaged copy, mom can walk by with two $20 bills and get some change back.
Gone.
And
you made a profit. Boom.
100%.
PSA 1. There's still people out in here not believing the PSA 1.
Buy the card, not the grade. If you really, because listen,
that's on the street.
So I will not mention what it is, but there's an individual of sellers that it's two sellers, and they have a card in a PSA 1 that I really, really want. And we were talking about this. No. we were talking about this before.
Name the state that you saw this at.
Oh,
name the state.
Florida. Duh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the one we were talking about. I saw in Florida. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah. So, long and short, Amani and Marcus over here were like, "Oh my God, this price!" And I'm like, "Whoa, hold on. This is what a non-crinkled copy costs." And it's like, "Holy crap!" Yeah. So, I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So this individual can be high on this price because, fuck you, go find another, right?
Right.
And there is rare stuff like that it totally matters. But boys and girls, when the cool factor only depends on the grade, and if it's not a 10, it's not cool. It's probably not cool.
And
that's just my hot take.
You say that to say this is that, and I don't know if you was with me, but I don't know who was with me, but there was these two brothers that came to the show at Collecticon. One of them was only looking for PSA 6s. And the other brother was only looking for PSA 5s. And I go, that's all they collect. And I go, why are you looking at? Well, 6 is my favorite number. And the other younger brother goes, 5 is my favorite number.
And
wow.
And it makes it a more affordable hobby in the sense of, if I'm looking for this item in a 10, let's make up a number, call it 1,000. In a 6, bro, what are we, like a couple $100 less? You know what I mean? Like realistic numbers.
Are we looking for like affordability in the hobby?
I think that's okay.
What I thought.
Going back to what we've been harping on. And I mean, this is something that I learned from Marcus. Shout out. Y'all need to check out Wnba Collectibles. If y'all have not ever been to his booth, it is by far the most mom-friendly booth in existence.
Mm-hmm.
In existence. Ma'am, do you need a bag for that? Oh, we've got bags. Oh, my gosh. That Funko, do you need a special carrying case or the little, to keep it safe? Oh, yeah, we've got those.
Should we talk about that?
Well,
the surprise of how many tables don't have bags.
Bro, first
Well,
off,
yeah, I prepared for that. Like,
What?
I mean, I've been to enough of those cons, man. Like, too many
like,
people
yeah,
get
no,
autographs and don't have protective sleeves. So I take like comic book bags.
so I'll tell you guys a for instance, right?
They
So
love those.
I saw
Mhm.
at plenty of places that had 3D printed products, right? And they did not have 3D printers there. They also did not have bags. So you could have bought a whole bunch of these little items,
Mhm.
right? And unless you've got a backpack or something, like what are you carrying them in? It is the if you're at a Rolex store, of course you get a bag. Of course
Yeah.
we can wrap that for you. You know, we can do this, we can do that. If you're gonna drop that amount, yes, ma'am. Would you like a bag? And that amount can be $1. That amount can be free. I mean,
Yeah.
that was the Jimmy Choo Sailor Moon stuff that walked across the
Oh my
table.
gosh.
And those two ladies had some crazy fucking cards with no penny sleeves at all.
Oh.
And it's like every one of my last penny sleeves, I'm going to give to you, ma'am,
Yeah.
because
And
I
top
need you to
loaders.
keep your stuff protected. But it
Man, I
it's
gotta get
that
some of them
little bit
Jimmy
of
Choo
effort, boys and
joints.
girls, because I know I have people who listen and they go, how do I become a better dealer? How do I become a dealer? How do I become into the hobby?
Serve the
Kindness is the
customer.
first fucking thing. No.
Yeah.
Kindness is the first
Well,
fucking
that's
thing.
true.
It doesn't
Yeah.
even have to be a customer. You know, that's the two chicks. They didn't buy one fucking thing.
No.
They didn't buy one thing. And they said, well, we'll pay you for the penny sleeve. No, bro.
No.
Put these in protective sleeves. Go
Yeah.
have a great
You don't know.
show.
You don't know better. We're just trying to teach you better. That's all.
Right there,
You know what
boys
I'm
and girls.
saying?
And
If you want to keep the hobby going, if you want to
mhm.
keep people entertained, if you want to keep people coming back, hey, of course I've got penny sleeves for you. I'll give you, I've only got like 4 more top loaders left, so you better put your. Oh, you said this
Mhm.
one's $700? Yeah, this one needs to go
Yeah.
on the top load. Like a little bit of effort, people. That's what makes the long way.
I've seen a lot of times when, especially I'm at shows that I have bags. When you see, here's another tip: when you see people walking by your table and you have like extra bags, offer to give them a bag. That makes them stop at the table,
Thank
look and
you.
see
Hold
what
on.
you got.
Thank
There you go.
you.
Yeah.
Literally.
Get that
So,
interaction with the crowd.
so,
Crazy.
so
Bring them
this
on
is a
in.
shout out to Morgan when we were in Orlando. I had a gentleman who came up and gave me a bunch of V Friends cards. He goes, see the hat, see the shirt, love the game.
Mhm.
You're in it. You understand. Give these out to kids. So we had our marketing engineer, Morgan, there. And she's a little young for the profession, but she's really, really, really doing well.
Let's see.
And we had her working her magic. And every kid, I mean, every kid
Mhm.
that came up, we had a whiteboard over there, and she's like, hey, do you want some free cards? Come on by. And
Yeah.
Dad's like, oh wait, hey,
Yeah.
you've got, I'm a Donovan Mitchell fan. You've got this thing. Oh, I can tap this thing and it just tells me all his stats.
Mhm.
What's this Waka Flocka one? Oh wow,
Yeah.
that takes me to all his music.
Try the walk.
Like
Yeah.
the little touch
Strength.
goes such a long way.
Yeah.
But
Bring
I
them in, man.
I bring them in.
Yeah.
So I will say I did go to a different kind of show this weekend. I went to
Okay. Whips and chains.
very, very similar. Very, very similar.
Oh, it's
I
gonna get
went
spicy.
to a
Come on. Come on.
stamp and coin show.
Yeah, it's about the same.
Yeah, about the same.
Nelly had a credit card.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more walkers
Yes.
in the stamp show, but it was still a wild bunch. So first and
Yeah.
foremost, I love for all our audio listeners, you're really missing out. YouTube gets the best of everything. I mean, we're sitting here making funny ass jokes throughout the whole time. Marcus is over here making funny faces.
yeah.
It's fun. So when I went to the
this is
stamp
genius.
show, they printed out a booklet. And in the booklet, it kind of gave a diagram of where everybody was, what each vendor was, how to contact each vendor,
Wow.
where they were on the booth, what they sold.
That is great. And how many
Now,
how many tables is it?
let's see. Hold on. Does it give me a number? Hold on. Give me 5 seconds. I'll give you
Dude,
the
No, this is
that's
that's a
wild.
genius. No, that's the smartest thing that I
That
have
is,
seen
man.
at a show. And like
That
I said,
is.
and this is
So
That's so it's so good
it's
for the
not
vendor, man.
it's there were at least 30 plus vendors, but some vendors had
That's
multiple
why you can do
tables.
that.
yeah.
That's why you can do that. You got like a few
You
dozen.
can still do it at a 200 table show.
Bro, 100%. I think this one
You
is
handing out
probably 50 tables.
You hand out brochures and pamphlets and stuff. Here you go. And I'm gonna have all the advertising on there too. Here you
That's
go.
the other
I
thing.
mean, I'm gonna have a map on. It's just stuff. It's just stuff you can just copy and paste.
And it even had like a little advertisement for the next big show coming up.
Mm.
But what I was gonna say is every single one of those vendors, when I walked by, they said, "Hey, do you need a bag?" I will say that was, but it is kind of like going to a Dallas show. When you look at those showcases, you're like, wow, this is from 1816, and they're like, yeah, no, that's the cost of a left leg, and we're doing below comp, so you can just do below the knee down, and it's like, wow.
If
I almost would rather a 52 mantle or two, but this is pretty cool. But I will say, what was real funny in there is, as I'm sitting there shooting some like kind of B-roll footage, I overheard a conversation between a dealer and another gentleman, and this other gentleman's pretty old, and he's the older gentleman's like, well, I don't know if I believe in this grading thing. I mean, what are they going to do? Swap it out? Who are they to tell me the quality of this and that? And it's just so funny because you could take the coin out of the equation and put a card, and I've heard the same.
Yeah, you heard the same thing,
right?
The exact same. And then they go, "Well, are they even gonna, are they even gonna send it back? And am I gonna get?" Yeah. And the guy's like, oh, I've sent. And he's kind of like us in the sense that the guy's like, no, man, I'm sending in about 100 a week, and this, that, and the other, and like. Here's 352 mantles right here, like price wise, and the guy's like, oh, I don't know, and it's like, my guy, I think you're talking a $500 coin. He just showed you a $25,000 coin and handed it to you, like,
yeah. Why wouldn't you get that graded?
But what I will say, one of the things that I kind of want to steal the idea of is each one of the cases, they had a the desk light that moves, like,
with the hinge, like the little hinge on it, the white
with
one?
the two hinges, the it's got
joints?
the springs and the joints.
Yeah.
Yes, so that you can move and focus it. It was I thought, I was like, how beautiful. The only thing that was better is one person had like a magnifying glass right there. So it's like you can focus it, magnify it.
Wow.
And I was like, low key.
Wow, I didn't think about that.
I might have, because look, you want to come sell me something? Let's look through this light. You want to, really look at this before you buy something? Come look at it over here. Because it was, first off, shout out Amani. What was it? Was it 2 shows in Tennessee? And we went to the one, and the guy had the red velvet on the inside of the case.
Yeah, at
he stole that from freaking coin dealers. Every one of the nice coin dealers had red velvet line, but they didn't have cardboard. They had the real like 80s, 70s velvet. Like it looked so good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I literally was like, I'm going to fucking Joann's Fabric, and I'm
Right. That's where you go to get from Joanne's. Right.
Yeah.
like
shout
nice out. We are not sponsored Joann's Fabrics,
time.
but you could
we
sponsor
can.
us. We could work it out.
I'm gonna just bring the
Boo
whole,
needs a good outfit.
They can bring the whole thing in there.
Joanne.
They'll look at it and go, boom, bam.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Joanne's.
So,
yes.
So like I said, and this look, this whole conversation is basically for people that think that cards is the only thing that you can collect out there and make money on. You need to step outside and actually touch real grass, because there's more out there. And you need and anybody that's serious doing it.
So hold on, real quick interjection. I wasn't 100% done with the deal, but I was kind of talking about working out a deal with a guy for some Pokemon cards and a couple grams of gold. So,
be the way to go.
Let's get real. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen some of those gold sellers out there too, gold and silver.
Oh, speaking of metals, your boy Alex with the cowboy hat on.
Yep.
He was in Chattanooga. He had a piece of silver, probably about $50. Boy, he was out here trying to trade that silver for some cards.
Alex,
really?
Alex. No shot, really? Oh, I would have traded him all day.
Cowboy cards, Alex. Yeah, man.
I would have traded him all day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
hold on? You should have called me. I would have said trade him for it, and I'll trade you back.
He won that.
Silver. Hold on. What was he looking for? Pokemon, right?
No, he was looking for sports.
Okay.
No, he'll do.
We need a. This is gonna be the how long till he converts over to the dark side.
Nah,
man, they gave us a nice shout out too, man. On their Instagram page, they did a video and had the rotating connect collect. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. That needs to be running on our story 24/7.
Yeah. Yeah, man. They bought one in Carrollton. They were set up beside us at TagCon, the first one.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, he's been taken to the shows, got it on the rotating, base. Got all the VDCs.
So
yeah.
Shout out to
Alex. 80 Sports and Alex cowboy cards.
Oh my god. Yeah. I told him, I said, the first thing I said, hey, we got some I guess he probably already knew since he was up there, but I was like, yeah, we have some new chains coming in. So
we were supposed to be there, man. We talked when we were set up, like I said, in Carrollton, man. We were planning it. But
for Chattanooga?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we like, man, we're gonna see each other in Tennessee. Because Chattanooga, it's a really nice city, man.
Chattanooga is the best. I love Chattanooga.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I love Chattanooga. I could live in Chattanooga, I think.
Yeah.
It's it's very underrated. I think a lot of people don't understand. I think the traffic
Chattanooga. Hold on. Chattanooga over Nashville, 100%. 100% food's better.
Is it really?
I can't say that
I can't say. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I can't say that. I don't know.
I've experienced enough of those.
Yeah, I haven't been to Chattanooga like that
really
many times, but I've been.
Oh my god, no, Chattanooga! I could.
I never stayed in Chattanooga. Like, I mean, you go to aquarium, yeah, but it's Nashville over. I don't know. That's crazy. I
on paper that sounds crazy, but I get you, Jared. I get it.
Oh, on paper, nah. On paper, it's legit as fuck.
You know what I'm saying? Well, shout out Chattanooga.
Shout out Chattanooga.
Yeah, shout out Chattanooga. So
well, hey, all the ladies in Chattanooga are all chatty Cathys. Yeah. Dad joke.
Interesting.
Hey, y'all want to talk about some dad jokes? What about that Walmart Live? That's a pretty good dad joke.
So
right?
hold on, let me pay some bills a little bit and do some announcements, and we're gonna go on Walmart
Wait, are we paying the bills right now? Shit, the lights are about to turn off. Hold
on. Yeah, basically. So every week, feature sponsor Connect Collect, right? Glow up your brand with Collect Connect. We take your logo, give it a VIP treatment, and turn it into a chain with a clean. Might have it blinded to the haters. Then we drop a graded card right in the middle of it because why? Just to flex on your collect.
Yeah.
It isn't just a charm, it's a wearable piece of art. It's a bling with a backstory. It's your brand saying, I lift and I sparkle.
Why not, man?
Super sparkly, too. Super sparkly.
And to the top of it, the modular spinning towers displays your piece, and it belongs in an art museum. But it's only cooler, and with better lighting, and with very, very much swagger on it. Saw your
My grandma was even saying ooey the other day when she saw it.
Start your collection today at Connect Collect Shop, connectcollect.shop. Use the promo code QUIET20, QUIET20 for 20% off your first order. Connect Collect, where logos meet luxury and a little extra sauce. So shout out to like that. Also, we got some
Connect Collect.
Some announcements. We are we do those live shows every Sunday, but now we're gonna be fishing on Kick right now, KICK Kick. So that's gonna be huge, and with that also we are doing a national a streamer marathon also, and we're just going while we're at national. I guess what you call it, something like that. And and so we're doing that. Basically, we're gonna hype that up, but that's for the national. We're streaming all 5 days.
It's a lot, yes.
Of the national. But check us out on Kick, Quiet Car Podcast on Kick. Check that out. We will be streaming, trying it out this Sunday.
Yeah.
This Sunday. So we're gonna be on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick this Sunday. So check us out on there. Wnba, got any announcements?
Yes, I do have an announcement. Happy birthday to my brother, Corey.
Oh,
shout out!
Shout out to Corey.
Yes.
Is that the same one I met in South Carolina, right?
My only brother. That's him.
Okay. Yeah, the one with the eggs.
Yeah. He got to get you one of them, man. Ain't no brother quite like that one right there, man. That's my dude. Happy birthday, bro. See you in a couple days.
Happy birthday. Jerry, you got any announcements?
Well, I'm buying damaged cards, and if you have damaged Pokemon cards that are bangers, hit me up.
What do you hit you up at?
Anywhere. I am on Instagram, TikTok.
His cell phone number is
256. I don't remember the rest. Hold on, give me 5 seconds.
6.
No, that's not it. It's no, because I gotta give him my work. I gotta give him my work number. It's 256-990.
Yeah, that one. Send him that one.
57 something.
Yeah, send him that one.
It's 777-9311.
But real talk though, literally hit me up on Instagram because realistically, I'm trying to be the one person who's actually super serious about this because a lot of these card shops literally won't even entertain these folks. They will literally see their card and go, "No, it's damaged. I have no interest in it."
Interesting.
Hit me up. I want to be the one guy who does it.
Hit him up. Hit him up. Jerry.Petrie. Right, dot.
Yep.
Well, it's right there. Point at your name. Yeah, it's right there. So follow that. If you're on YouTube, look at it. If you got any damaged cards, look at it. Send it to him. But
same thing. Send the damaged Labubu's.
Yeah, the Labubu's, not the Lafufus.
Yeah, Labubu.
Yeah, not the fakies.
Not the fakies. Don't be just sending.
Right.
Don't be sending your stuff because you got faked out. So interesting enough, happened this week. We have the hobby went either they went live or going live with Walmart. Walmart is getting into the live selling, which, like I said, they're 10 years too late on that. But yeah, I think when the announcement came out, we kind of covered it. It was like, okay, this would be probably pretty interesting on it. So I guess the question is Walmart going to be the whatnot killer?
No.
I don't think so, man.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they gonna put like a whole division toward that joint, man, Walmart better stay in their lane.
Hold on. Not until they really figure out how can I buy straight from the aisle to like.
Oh my gosh!
Hold on. So what we watched on Whatnot, where the guy was in the thrift store, and said, "All right,
yes,
no. I've got these LED lights. They're for your garden. We're starting them at 99 cents. Fuck it, run it.
Yeah,
they're gonna eat. They're gonna do great. I mean, honestly, that's what Walmart.
What's the rake? What kind of percentage they getting on? If they come in lower percentage, they probably will.
Well, hold on. Here's the thing, though.
They can afford it.
Wait. This is all stuff with damaged boxes, anyways, right? This is all stuff. We were gonna have to. You know what I'm saying? Like
pilots.
The item is totally good. The box is fucked.
That's it.
Or this is a TV with no box specific to that TV, but it will come in a box. Or whatever.
What about they just do like this would be crazy. Now, like I said, for everybody out there, it's you can from your own home you can get on Walmart Live and do all this other stuff. But we're saying because of Walmart, what about if they go like, hey, you're in Huntsville or Jerry's in like Michigan somewhere, you get on live and you go, okay, oh, you want a TV? Here's your code to go pick it up at the store, at the nearest store.
Not only is it your code to pick it up at the nearest store, but if you're a Walmart Plus member,
oh my
this
God,
now gets shipped to you for free.
Yeah, same day.
Hold on. Yeah, in qualifying areas, same day. Yes. Now, Walmart, we did not just give you the entire game plan, but literally, if you ran that strategy, holy shit. Holy shit.
Then if that even sniffs, now we're talking about Amazon coming up on the boat right now.
Hey man, give us more options to sell. Why not? Shit,
so my problem, or the thing with, I think Walmart having the advantage over Amazon is there are physical storefronts left and right. You know what I'm saying?
It's a warehouse. It's a mini warehouse.
I could literally pull up to a Walmart in any major city, set up, and what I'm imagining is like the rolly cart that your teacher pulled out a TV on back in the day when she's like, "Hey, we're watching a video, right?"
That fatback TV with the VCR underneath.
Yep.
Facts.
School bus.
But instead, this is the stream setup, and we are running a live, and this is all just our seasonal goods, right? This is all our, hey, we've got 55 bug zappers. We've got this, we've got that, but they start at $1. All right, folks, normally this is $53. Starting at $1, we're running 30 seconds on it.
Right there, clearance aisle. Or you just set up or you just have their own aisle just going live on.
I mean, at a certain point, it would just become a section, and you just take a,
it's the 4 hours of 6 hours, there. Everything's over here. You got a list of what's going on, and then you got to buy it now, Al, over there. That's just crazy. Listen. Now, when we first got on Whatnot, was over there in Darlington, and we had a whole house full of stuff.
Dollar Town.
We had it anytime you want to get it. I believe that's the perfect way to sell on Whatnot. And I would love to set up a studio somewhere and just have what you want. Baby, I got it. What you need, I got it. Just set up what you need. I mean, it's a whole thing of I got Pokemon over here. I got One Piece over here. Let me bring the camera over here. I'm gonna show y'all.
Yeah. So going back to that, the rolly cart idea. I mean, honestly, guys, this is the Pokemon station. This is football.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can literally leave the pile of cards right where it is, roll it, move it to the next spot, and go to the next spot. Okay. Hey, no, this is all football. You know what I'm saying? And when
is Cards HQ going to do that? When are they going to shut down the store? When they close at night?
Because they can't. They make too much money. That store is too fucking busy, bro. You're not closing that for shit. I mean
when it closes though. When it closes at 7:00. You know what I'm saying? You got cards in there. Because like I said,
you got too many. You don't have enough breakers. That's the problem. Is they're filling. Okay, hold on. For everybody who has shit on Cards HQ, literally, I have gone to a bunch of different Whatnot, Fanatics, whatever. And it just takes forever to fill up spots. HQ, you could watch 2 or 3 breaks 4 or 5 times, just bang, bang, bang. It's none of this. All right, come on. We got spots. Waiting on spot.
No.
So
they don't have that problem.
They don't have that problem. That's for sure. So
the only problem they have is getting inventory in.
It's everybody's problem. That's the best problem to have. Listen, if people had a plethora of inventory, nobody would give a fuck.
Did you see Burbank's the new shop?
I have not seen it. I heard it was coming though. Tell us about it.
Now, here's the deal. It has for what I remember, it has those it looks like it has the same aisles as Cards HQ. What the cards are in, the little stands that was in.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, because I look at so the PSA, it's a PSA dealer also. So apparently they have somebody that actually working for PSA in the store.
Yeah, who's accepting cards? They're not looking at cards. I mean, what is this?
I feel like.
Hold on. You're gonna have some guy who takes my card and goes, "Yeah, bro, this should be definitely a 10," and then I get it back and it's a 7. Like, what does that do for me? Hold on. Until the guy, listen, that was the thing I liked about the Mike Baker authentication, right?
Yes.
We literally walked to the table and the guy looked at it and goes, this is fucking amazing. You should let me do this, right? Versus, like, he looked at other stuff of mine and was like, no, save yourself some money. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen better.
Yes, exactly, right? The individual that's working there, I would doubt is that individual who is like, I'm super knowledgeable, right? Yeah, bro, this should get a 10. Fucking facts. Right.
You need
Comes back, you got a PSA 6.
You need them to grade.
We're like, dang, let's go get those little brothers who are only buying the 5s and 6s. Like,
I wonder if they grade in this. I wonder if they can actually do that.
No, they're
not. They
They're
can.
not.
Eventually.
Eventually, they're not going to.
You gonna have to. Do
they're not even. Hold on.
A machine might.
They ain't. First off, yes, that is the correct answer. That is the correct answer.
Mm-hmm.
But aren't they setting up a shop in London? Or set up in London? PSA.
And
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they have it. Yeah, they have their own store. Yeah.
So I would imagine those individuals are going to grade. Those individuals are like on site. Hey, we're doing shit, right?
Yeah, because it's no PSA over there.
Hold on, old buddy or Miss Chick who pulls up to HQ. They're not grading. It's literally up. Hey, your name is Amani. All right, here's your customer ID. Here's your stuff. Thank you. Here's a sticker.
But see, here's the thing, is that I think you change it.
Yeah, this should be a 10 for sure.
If you put if PSA just all of a sudden announces going, hey, we're gonna have a store, which is like a Burbank store, like HQ. You can grade in the store.
You're not gonna get in the store ever. It's literally only going to be a storefront to accept items, and it's going to become so backlogged that they close it. Because you just put a speed bump inside of a running river, and
they be doing that anyway. It isn't like they just not doing that.
I mean, when
they always put their speed bumps is high in that river. They create their own dam.
Damn right.
And then when they create their own dam and it still doesn't stop the water, they create another dam.
Damn right.
Because they know that water is still gonna be flowing there. That's the whole thing I'm saying, is that if they see that and they're going like, okay, you can submit here, but this ain't nothing but just you doing the same thing at any other car shop. You just fill out a sheet of paper. Here you go. So it's really no difference. Take
some pictures. They're gonna give
That's
you
it.
a seat.
It's just authorized. But what's gonna make it different?
So hold on. Why would we waste the fucking overhead to put some speed bump over here?
Because it's PSA.
Instead of me spending this money, I can allocate it to more asses in the chair to grade more.
Yeah,
cars.
I wish it was thinking like that.
That's how it works. That's why there's not a bunch of fucking PSA stores like, oh yeah, Mister, let me take it's not gonna be.
Want
no.
PSA probably want their own people out there though. They don't want like customers
we've already,
like speaking on their behalf.
Guys, we talked about it last week or week before. We already answered it.
That's why
GameStop's for. That's what Dick's Sporting Goods for.
Yeah.
That's what Lids is going to be for. That's what the Fanatic stores are going to be for. Why would we waste overhead? We need more butts in the chair, physically grading, if we are going to maintain this human grade element.
I don't think they
However,
care. I don't even think they think that way. The way PSA moves, that really sounds great.
First off, the way they move is still beating Beckett, but that's a whole.
Well, of course, yeah, of course. That's how Beckett and SGC is thinking. Is that they
got a stronghold, man.
We need to be, because SGC is that we got to get back to 10-day grading.
Yeah, I mean, when you see stuff in Beckett slabs and you're sitting there going, if it was a PSA 10, it would be worth more. And that is the 10, by the way.
Yeah, it's Super 10.
That's no big deal. I picked that up the other day.
Yeah. Oh, show us the back of it.
It's right here. Hold on. Let me flip it over.
It's so heavy.
It's super heavy. It's super heavy.
Oh, we don't want it. What is that?
It's a 10, baby.
What's that? It's so heavy. Hold on. I gotta use both hands.
It was a bacon slab. What do you mean?
What do you mean? I
It's
think
so
it's a ton. What am I thinking? My whole thing is like this. PSA is all about the grade. Period. They don't care about grading. That's why we're waiting half a year to get our cars back.
That's why they want to keep the human element, in my opinion, is because then we can have a excuse for flaws. If you have something like a tag where 88% of it's graded AI, and somebody looks over and goes, "Yeah, no, it's good." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that's the whole thing going back is that people out here in this world, they don't care about the right grading. They just want a 10. And that's what it's going to hurt tag and this whole AI stuff.
Well, and that's why PSA has the human element, because then when you get a fucking 7, you crack it and you go, I can probably get a 10. And then you get a 10 on the third try.
Yeah.
And you hadn't done nothing to the card.
Nothing. Just took it out here, take it over there. Of course. That's what they're known for.
Got a different guy, different day. Yeah.
Different guy, different.
Crazy.
Hey, Diddy. No doubt. All Diddy.
Shout out to the Punisher. And so the whole thing is
making my way downtown. Never mind.
So, but also speaking of PSA, since we're on the subject,
my bad. I should have, instead of making my way downtown, I should have been like, wipe me down.
Wipe me down. Was it who's that saying? So
I'm on wipe me down.
Wipe me down. So PSA, let's just get out. This was a survey taken. I know everybody's like freaking out right now. A survey was taken, and basically was one of the questions on the survey was like, "Hey, would y'all be okay if we clean cars for like an extra $2?"
Now,
speed bump.
Hold on. To clarify, it did say to clean cards at first. The internet freaked the fuck out. They changed the verbiage and said wipe down cards.
Oh, really?
Fingerprints and stuff, something to that effect. But here's the other thing that people weren't even tripping out about is they were saying, would you be okay with an extra $1.50 fucking charge on a fucking sleeve for your graded card to come back?
See, let's talk about that.
Like, hold on. First off, $1.50?
$1.50?
I mean,
come on.
I'll be honest with you. I've been raw dogging my slabs lately. Even Amani had been like, "Damn, put that thing in plastic." I said, "Nah, I like feeling it raw."
I've been trying to, but he just loved the feeling.
Yeah, no, but I like that shit to be.
I wish that was part of the outrage, but people of course not outraged about it because people following other people and they got to be outraged about what other people are outraged about.
See, y'all are over here wrapping it up and got kids, and I'm over here raw dogging it kid free. So I mean, I'm just saying $1.50. I think I'm just gonna keep raw dogging my slabs.
That is crazy. That is crazy. And
that's such a juxtaposition.
Knowing PSA, they're probably using the big ones. They don't even fit snug in it. It's all loose and stuff. So here you go. Hold that shit from the side.
See, I never had that problem. Mine were always real snug every time I used the sleeve.
You would never know if you don't cover yours. You would never know.
Well, see, I got that thick slab, so it doesn't fit in the sleeves as good. So
the Beckett heavy ones.
No, the new PSA slab. You know, the thick.
Got the Beckett the 9.8.
It's so heavy.
Let me turn that. Let me turn it around for you now.
Hey, bro, it was heavy. What can I say? But hey, so does this mean
you said a 9.8 ain't just a grade, baby?
Yeah. Hey, facts, centimeters all day.
CGC.
No, that's CM for me, baby. That's CM for me.
You get that black tux on it. So, put that black tux on there.
Oh,
you know, Mark,
stupid.
Marcus was the one who said he likes the black tux on it. So I mean, I get it.
Dress it up.
Makes it look fancy.
Dress that thing up, man. Hell yeah.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday.
Make that thing look nice, sharp, even.
Sharp.
So
yeah.
So what are we gonna do when PSA comes out and goes, "Hey, we have a solvent that we've approved for you to clean your cards"? I think what hold on. What is the community gonna do?
So I think they're gonna freak out for like a week, and then they're gonna order it.
So does this mean Kurt's Card Care was like an industry plant?
You could say that.
I mean, listen, hold on. I'm not trying to be like a tinfoil hat guy, right? But isn't it kind of weird that like
be a pundit? That's cool.
I mean, this is purely tinfoil
right
hat.
there.
Yeah.
But, you know, somebody real famous could acquire a big famous company, and then that famous company acquires a PSA, and then all of a sudden there's a guy kind of coming out of left field talking about, hey, we're not trimming because trimming's bad. We would never cut corners. But you know you can use this dent filler and polish the shit out of it. And you can take this 3 and make it a 6. Now, in the modern world, that doesn't mean shit. In the world of a 52 Mantle, you picked up 2 extra Corvettes after you bought the house with the difference. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we've got this little bitty, you know, solvent stuff. You let it take a little bath in it, and it'll get out all the stains. And
let it float.
Let it float. Once it floats, it's done. Don't forget to flip it, you know.
But why wouldn't you want that, though?
Why wouldn't you want what?
Why wouldn't you want your card to look its best?
So some of us are purists and like it raw. And sometimes it's got stains and it ain't pretty. And sometimes, you know, we like the imperfections. I'm also not in the tax bracket for 10s. I did not pull in with the Porsche top down. I did not. However, the Jetta does have quite a few parts that say Porsche. So we're pretty
But the thing is, people going to get, and that's the argument that people are going to say, is that, well, you know, this 52 Bowman, you know, and and these are people going to talk that can't get a 52 Bowman. That's what I'm saying. So the conversation does not, and that's where the conversation is going to be at. It's right there. It's at the 52 Bowman, and it's going to be like, well, you can just soak it, and then be, you know, all this other stuff that's this. Because, like I said, what the conversation that you're saying right now is what people are going to be talking about. But then they're not even like, I'm in this hobby. I'm not finna get no.
So the soaking thing's been a big deal for a while.
For a long time.
A very long time. So all of those Disney cards that I'm super hardcore weirdo into, the 31 or the 32 and the 35 or 31 and 35, whichever the year is, those both are very, very popular for people throwing in bathtubs. No shit. Like, yes. Old ass man with a walker telling me, oh, hey, when they're pasted in a book, just make a nice hot bath and don't throw any soap in and just throw them in and, you know, let them disconnect from the page, and I go, but Bubba, this in a 10 is like, $10,000. Yeah, just throw it in a fucking bathtub.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, man.
And just
I got
no,
bunch of them
just
joints.
stick it
They
in
should
between
go.
2 pieces of cardboard. It'll be all right.
I mean, so I got tons of like vintage like that, and I was going to just try and just see how well I could get, how good these cards can look. Cause bunch of them, man, they're like what Jerry like to buy. They gonna be ones and shit. But if I could put them in a bath, straight out some corners,
At least a
some
5, right?
edges, shoot, that's a big deal for like 52s, any
That's
50s
what I'm saying.
cards. Yeah.
Like, and I understand people buying 52 manuals at a 3, and it looks like they've been playing in dirt with it. And I understand all that. That's cool. That's what you want. This like cool. If I'm gonna hold a car for a while, I will want it to look its best. Now, there's people gonna be in the comments going, "You just don't understand the purity of this whole thing," and blah blah blah, and blah blah blah, whatever this is. Listen, it's 2025. The purists out here ain't got long. And so, if you understand this or not, is that it's been to change.
Yes and no. I'll be honest with you. I have an almost complete rainbow of Craig Kimbrell's rookie auto year, and the 90% are PSA 9s. There is not a thing inside of me that would crack those things, add any kind of solvent to it to get a 10. There's not a bone in me, because I would much rather have that item last another 100 years.
Yeah.
I just that's the purest thought in me. Personally.
I mean, that's the same way like I am about stuff my PC. I ain't trying like really. I'm not trying to work on them and upgrade them. If I happen to come across a great deal, I can upgrade the grade.
If you find a Honus Wagner 2, is that when we go skinny dipping? Or just be like,
so a lot of so what Amani's asking, it's that old type of cardboard.
Yeah.
No, you know what I'm talking about, Marcus. What year did they stop kind of changing that? Because you know what I'm talking about. It's like the paper feel. It feels different. It feels like old paper. I mean, it feels like.
I would say about like 80s.
Yeah, I was going to say 55 is about the time I can kind of feel the paper difference. Because
55
you can feel
is like
it's thicker.
The card stock, right?
Yes. Versus everything before that, it feels there's no other way to describe it. It only feels like old paper. I mean, it feels more fragile. Like, I wouldn't want to squish it, because I feel like you could squish a hole straight through it. Like, versus modern paper, you could just squish and it's fine.
Yeah.
Modern cardboard, you could squish it. But the old paper style that you could throw in the water, you wouldn't want to pinch it with your fingers. You'll put a hole through it. It feels different. It smells different too.
I love the smell.
It's I have a guy, shout out Champs, Mike, the guy who works there. Mike can smell the paper and tell you if it's a real. He's like, he can go. He's like, no, this is an actual from the 30s because of the way it smells.
Yeah, I smell everything. All the vintage. That's the only way you could like. I mean, it's just another way to confirm.
I do too. Respect.
You gotta smell that thing, Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry. Right.
I'm here to support you guys. I really am.
Man,
I'm over here raw dogging it.
Follow your local LCS. Follow your local LCS guy, man. He's showing you a good lesson. Smell that thing.
Smell that thing. I don't think that's what he advertised, but that's what we're going with today.
Mike.
But no shit. Mike could you could blindfold him and you could go this one or that one, which one's older, and he'd literally Like he's a fucking dog. 10 out of 10 times. He'd be like,
it better smell like that too, man. Like if it ain't like, man, you got a fake, and then you're gonna be arguing. No, it ain't no fake. I can no.
Oh boy.
I know. I smelled enough of them.
well,
Comic books the same way.
I've not, I don't think I've told this story, but I had a homie who bought a fake 86 Fleer Jordan. And Amani, you know this story.
Mm-hmm.
And it was crazy because, he was convinced in a slab, like, hey, it looks good. He was like, it kind of looks off, but it looks good because it had the ghost, right? It had a few key features. The moment I touched the paper, bro, I cracked the slab the moment my fingers touched the paper.
What kind of slab was it? Who graded it?
It wasn't
fake. Yeah,
it was a fake CGC. Or no, not CGC. What was the old green label? SGC or something like that.
SGC?
Yeah, it was like an old. So it was old PSA or old SGC. Maybe it was old PSA. But I mean,
green label like that.
It might have been. It might have been. I don't want to lie. It was an older slab. But the moment I touched the card, I could feel and tell it was fake.
He had no reason. He had no business buying that. If he couldn't tell himself, he had no business buying that.
Well, we'll not push too hard on him. He's a buddy and he's a local. And shout out. We've shouted him out a lot in this podcast over the years.
That's crazy.
But shout out if you are ever buying this kind of thing, hit up Brooks over at Champ Sporting Goods, and literally he will. He could look at a fucking photo and probably go, "Hey."
Or just like if you had a show or something, and just and you're planning on buying something like that, know the people that can check it out first before, you can make
before you make a major purchase. Make sure you. So even before I bought this, Bud Jr. was my verification on, hey, is this a real one? Is this, is the box real? Is this? Yeah, it's good. Cool.
Yeah.
And then I ran it.
I mean, that's just what you gotta do. If you buy a multi-million-dollar house, you better have people check it.
Yeah.
You mean I have to have an inspector?
I mean, you cannot. And then you turn on that switch one day and it
explodes.
Lights don't turn on. Yay! So, but yeah, so like I said, that's the whole PSA thing. So yeah, we're not upset over the car cleaning service. We're upset over the little baggie.
Well, I'll be honest. Yeah, it was the baggie. That was the nail in the coffin for me. But I mean, that's more entertaining than the NBA Finals, though.
Well, see, look, here's the thing, right? And I'm gonna let these people know. Nobody cares about New York getting in the finals. New York ain't been in the finals since what? 83?
Are they gonna take it though? Are they gonna?
It doesn't matter. Everybody
just fired Thibodeau.
Yeah, I know. They just fired the coach, so they ain't gonna make it next year. But they might get Giannis. They might get Giannis because Giannis want to come over to New York, and it's kind of what they need over there. I mean, if they get Giannis, I think it's a done deal. You basically want it.
I heard he's going to Toronto.
But what?
To the Raptors?
To the Raptors. Yeah. Whoever gave you that source, don't listen to them again. And
so, first off, I wish he would go to Golden State. Holy shit.
They don't have the money.
Fucking sell a kidney. I don't care. Make it happen.
You got to get rid of too much.
That's not enough. Kidney ain't enough.
Even if they if they don't sign Kuminga, but see, here's the thing that people are not talking about. Nothing over at Golden State benefits Milwaukee. Nothing in the Lakers benefit Milwaukee. Because Milwaukee's giving up a 30-20 guy, or you can say a 40-20 guy, really. And there's nobody. Even Dallas with number 1 pick is not. It's still not enough. Because Cooper, we don't know what Cooper's gonna be like. Cooper's still not. He's not a 30-20. He's not Giannis. But at the end of the day, it's like, what? Look, had a lot of injuries on the team. Yes. Why would Giannis leave?
To get a ring.
He already got a ring.
Yeah, but like with a nice group of folks.
He took that ring. He was a beast that day on finals.
He don't need that much many people. He did all by himself.
Basically, he did.
He made the playoffs by himself. I think the whole thing is that they said they deal with injuries and everything. Realistically, he doesn't really need to leave. But if I'm OKC, I'm giving them whatever they want on draft picks. Because OKC's got a ton of draft picks just sitting there. They don't need them.
Damn. That's crazy.
They don't need them. So speaking of NBA Finals, we have Indiana Pacers, OKC Thunder. Like I said, a lot of it starts tomorrow, which is Thursday. Yeah. A lot of people are going to talk about the ratings and stuff on this game. Look, like I said before, the New York Knicks, this is the furthest they ever got since Walt was playing there. Because Carmelo never made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Patrick Ewing has never made it to the. No, they never made it
to the. They didn't make it to the finals during that time. They made it to the Eastern Finals.
Did it make it to the Eastern with Michael?
And they played against them. Yeah.
Okay. So since Patrick Ewing,
they could have. Patrick Ewing only needed to dunk it instead of trying to finger roll.
Yeah, I know it was still haunts to this day. But so do we have any predictions on the finals of the NBA?
Yeah.
Who wins in what game?
OKC, they just so nice, man.
Okay.
And I don't think it's gonna be too difficult for them. I think Pacers might get a game or two though. That's
Jerry.
Amani, you start out.
In 5 or 6. In 5 or 6 OKC.
I'm getting OKC game 6.
I think SGA. It's just the vibes. It just feels unstoppable.
Remember when FD made that trade for that Steph Curry the SGA card?
Best thing he could have done.
He still got it.
I hope. Right now's the time to have it. If you were gonna have it to flip it.
But see, here's the thing, right? It's like you can. Oh my God, you can flip it after the finals, right? If they win, if they don't, whatever. I don't think it matters. I think the thing is that you could take a risk, wait to free agency, and see what goes on, because they could make it again. And yeah, for the people in the back, also, I just want to tell people in the back, LeBron James a free agent. So I just want to let people know that in the back, because I'm just gonna say this is just to make the make somebody type this in the comments. LeBron James goes back to Cleveland.
Man, I don't know about that, but that would be interesting.
Cleveland's a better team.
They are, but they are a good team.
Why doesn't he just go to Golden State and actually, have a good time?
They can't afford them. I think Golden. I had to look at the how they structure Golden State, but because it's such a small market team, it's they don't got that much money anyway. And that was the thing. Him and Draymond Green are buddies.
Draymond. He's such a baller. The enforcer, Draymond.
Who retires first, Steph or LeBron?
Yeah.
Man. LeBron how long is he gonna play, man?
Hold on. Did y'all not hear the hype?
What?
LeBron's already signed up for Neuralink. So he's already downloading stuff so he can keep playing until he's 85 years old.
Jeez Louise. In what? In what body?
No. They're just going to keep adding parts. So that's the part of Tesla that's coming out. So yeah. For your Tesla, you can start adding body parts. So you can get your LeBron legs, the 26s. They're coming out here soon.
They're going to have to charge them.
But you've got the home charging kit. So you can charge your car, your legs, your LeBron arms. Now, I think you have to get the special LeBron back because you do the flop thing, so you slide.
Is that a is that
slide?
Are you describing a what's the suit? The
a mech suit?
The mech suit.
Yeah. No. I'm just describing the brochure that I saw. It was just a replacement. They just
twist it off and twist it back on.
Yeah. So essentially, they're just trying to prep up to kind of compete with the pit times of Honda because I think Honda's got the fastest pit times on the planet.
Hold on. Let me speak about this for a second, right? Since y'all sold this Honda stuff, right? I just want I will say this on another podcast, but there is not going to be no Red Bull in 5 years. Red Bull racing in 5 years.
Does Max retire after winning all those championships?
No, Max is done, and he's always been done.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
Dang.
Here's the thing, is that they're gonna open up a whole investigation on a Red Bull because they're tired. Because I know they're tired of his antics.
The fuel pipe is too
No, it's because they've got wings. All right, everybody get off of it. They put it in the damn advertisement. Red Bull gives you wings.
Like I said,
so why don't we get to the WNBA? Because it's definitely more entertaining than
because the whole thing is Christian Horner might be switching Ferrari, and I think that's why Honda left Red Bull.
Well, so that they could go fix the Ferrari motors and make them faster.
Well, it's not the Ferrari motors because they're still faster than Red Bull. It's the
driver.
It's not the driver either. It's more the strategy. Because
strategy.
When you're doing three, no Red Bull.
First off, shout out. There's a guy on if I can find him on TikTok, and I love this guy's TikTok. He is such an asshole. He plays these racing simulators, and his whole thing is he'll wait until the very last lap, and he bumps somebody into pit road.
That's the NASCAR dude.
That's the NASCAR guy.
Listen,
and it's so funny. It's so funny. Okay, hilarious. So on this NASCAR simulator, if you get close enough to the pit lane, it pulls you into pit, right?
Yeah.
And so what this guy does is he'll run them down into the low and then bump them right there at the end, so it bumps them into pit lane.
Where you can't finish the race.
Yeah, where you can't finish the race.
No, you're in the pits.
You're in the pits as everybody else is finishing the race.
Right.
And he'll go, what a bad pit strategy. Why would you pit on the last lap? He goes, it was only a 3-lap race. He's like, were your tires even bad?
Oh my God.
And these people are just so furious.
Oh, they is going in. It's like Call of Duty They are going in. I can't believe you bleep. And you did that. You be
and then he'll go, wait, who, me? And they're like, yeah, why would you have done that? It was and he goes, who, me?
It's so funny. No, it's so funny. It's the best thing on the internet.
It's so funny. So as we're over here talking pit strategies, shout out to his TikTok crazy. Because that's all I can think of. Oh, that's a bad pit strategy. That's the last lap, guy. You're not supposed to pit right then.
That's hilarious. It's just a big troll on there. It's so funny. So, but yes. Woo, WNBA.
Wait. Real quick. Hold on. I forgot to mention this on the talking about my weekend. So I went to a comedy club this weekend.
About this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, listen to this.
So basically the whole premise is it is an improv comedy show. And so they would look at your Instagram page and they would like make fun, roast, and then they would make sketches based upon, right? So for instance, this lady who was in the beginning on her Instagram was nothing but pictures of animals, right? And so these folks are going through and they go, oh, this dog is so cute. And this lady's like, yeah, that dog's dead. And so they scroll and they go to this cat. This cat's dead. So they go to this other dog. This dog's dead. I'm talking, we're like 8 animals deep, right? So they made a sketch of, or a skit of this lady. And this one guy's like working at an animal place, and this lady's coming in and is like, I'm here to buy a dog. And he's like, damn, lady, this is like the 3rd time I've seen you this week. And she goes, well, like all dogs want to go to heaven. It's like that movie. And he's like, yeah, but they should live longer. So
they want you to send them to heaven.
So I had submitted my Instagram page, right? And I was like, all right, and it was a bunch of like, it was a bunch of people who were kind of like, they didn't put posts up. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm too popular or I've got too many posts on here and they're going to think I'm too fucking weird, right? So the very last page, they called up my page, right? Bro, first and foremost, I'm in a room full of guys and girls that are professionals and executive C-level, like hardcore makes money people, right? And so they're looking at my page and they're going through some of this stuff. And so first off, one of the first videos, because at that point they were doing tagged videos. And so one of the first tagged videos was one of our intros, our weekly videos. And the lady who had been making fun of people all night, she was like, wait, is that like y'all's promo video for the podcast? And it was like, yeah, that was this weekend. And she was like, wait, so what are these little Labubu things? This, that, and the other. I can't even tell you. So I'm with my girl, and on her purse is a Labubu. So I'm holding up my girl's purse in this Labubu. I can't tell you how many women are just like, oh my God, it's so cute. This, that, and the other. So I'm explaining Labubus, and they're going through my videos, and they're like, wait, okay, this is a selling video, or this is a where you sold something. And then they were like, okay, what's this whatnot thing? And I'm like, oh, well, there's like a live selling platform. And so they were like, do you just literally sell everything? And I'm like, I picked up limited edition ice cream one time. And my girl goes, wait, that doesn't sell on eBay. And I'm like, no, baby, I was buying it to eat. It's ice cream. What am I going to do? But the amount of interest in those individuals in every bit of the room that were like, wait, you buy. So for instance, one of the comedians immediately was like, you're the reason why I can't get Pokemon cards, this, that, and the other, right? Right. He's like, you're the reason I can't get cards at Walmart, Target. And I literally looked at him and I was like, bro, I buy and sell singles. And immediately the switch flipped and he goes, oh, that's awesome. I've got a Bulbasaur that I want to get graded and totally hardcore nerded out. Crazy. Then another one of the guys, he hardcore nerds out because they get on a sketch and they're talking about like my profile or whatever. And the guy's like, but I've got this Ken Sugimori autographed card, da 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 da, and like they were both subtly kind of flexing that they had hardcore knowledge. Like they were like, "Oh fuck no, that's the guy who drew Charizard." Like we fucking know what's up. Like it was to a point. Me and Amani talked about maybe trying to work a little something out with the comedy spot. We'll have to fill you in.
So watch out for that. Watch out for that. But yeah, that was definitely
It was lit. It was lit. Listen, I mean, beautiful women, like professional women that look back and they're like, "That is so cool. Oh my god. Y'all have a podcast?" Oh, and by the way, by the way, the first thing they said, they were like,
"Yeah,
wow, the audio quality on y'all's podcast is like professional as fuck."
No, tell about the when you describe the podcast.
Oh,
yeah, this is hilarious.
So I was like, yeah, it's kind of like Pat McAfee meets collectibles, and I forgot what the chick had said, but one of the other male comedians immediately goes, "You obviously don't know who fucking Pat McAfee is," because I forgot what she said. God, it was so. Do you remember what I told you she said? Because I literally called Amani the next day. I was like, "Bro, you won't believe what happened."
She like agreed with you or something like that, and he was like, "Bitch,"
or she was like, "Oh, something about I love Pat McAfee.
Yeah,
he's so sweet," or something like that. And he's like, "Oh, obviously, you know." Yeah, I don't know. But I was like, yeah, it's not necessary. I was like, maybe kid friendly, but not for real. But yeah, I mean, they were hyped.
Interesting.
Yeah,
dang.
It was crazy interesting.
So
go on the strength of your Instagram page and start scrolling that mug.
They were like, "Wait, you bought that watch for $5?" Yep. You sold it for $150 with a $5 battery.
Very nice.
So the thing with the nice little update on the WNBA. Here's the thing, right?
Caitlin Price still hadn't moved, even with her being hurt.
Still had more. So what? So Asia Wilson is going to probably win the. Well, no, she is going to win the MVP yet again. Okay. Because you got to look at it and go. Even when she doesn't, but here's the thing with Asia Wilson. Until Caitlin, basically, if he wasn't her, I think it'd be kind of a like, okay, who's going to get the MVP? Asia has this in the bag right now. Because right now, as we're talking, she's first in points, first in rebounds, first in assists, first in steals, and then first in blocks.
That's crazy.
You're not getting crazy. That. You're not getting that production out of anybody else. Now, we explained this last week, and I talked about how the Chicago Sky needs to basically tell Angel Reese to start when she gets rebound, kick that ball back out. Because I don't think people understand. Yeah, she gets doubles all day. Cool. But when you add an assist to it, it becomes a wow triple-double. Wow. Triple-double. And you should get Cardoza more involved. And look what happens. Wow.
Yeah.
She has 33 points. It's amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she got a lot of layups. I mean, it was a bunch of easy baskets.
We need the tallest person out there.
Yeah.
And you moving like Cardoza, because nobody's moving like Cardoza besides, I don't know, maybe Grinder. Yeah.
Amani, didn't you say that was your favorite marketing app?
Yes.
Always on top.
Always on top. 34-3.
I thought it was always on top for Diddy.
No, I gotta change it every week. They send me a cease and desist.
Okay.
They say I can't tell the truth on there for some reason. And
just on the nipples though, right?
I like it in the middle also.
You know,
Butter.
Shout out Brilliant Idiots. If you hadn't listened to that one,
I listened to we'll talk about that later because it's new episode's crazy.
Oh wow, no.
We don't get no. Listen, that's a whole nother show.
That's we are not mature enough for that conversation.
We're not.
We are not.
No. We are supposed to. Somebody gonna be in the comments and say, "I thought this was a sports cards podcast." No, you're right.
It is.
But instead of cleaning agent, it's come on Diddy's nipples.
Yeah, basically. And so like I said, so Chicago is I don't know. I think that what they do is they have I think Angel Reese has to. You have to play the 4. You have to look at Angel Wilson and go, this is the game that you need to play.
Period. She can't do what Angel Wilson does, man.
Not now.
Facts.
But that's the position that she's a 4.
I know, but she don't have the skill set.
She has this. That's the problem. She has a skill set. She don't want to use it.
Bo.
I don't think she has the skill set.
Yes.
Not on Asia Wilson's level.
Not now. No. Not now. No. We're not talking about that now. No. We're talking about that's what she can be at. Yes.
That's what she needs to strive to.
Yeah, that's what she needs to go to. Yes. No, not now.
No, she ain't there now.
No, nobody's at that skill set.
I don't know. I sent you a funny thing on Instagram. It was a funny that they're at that skill set.
Except your girl over at the Lynx.
Shout out.
They're still undefeated. Oh yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
that's crazy. They get buckets though. But that whole thing is, it's like yeah, nobody. I mean, Asia's gonna win. She's gonna win MVP. I mean, I think just what
she might be.
Done deal.
Be watching the best female basketball player. Because I'm thinking about her, going one-on-one defense, whatever assist like you talking about.
If she can shoot,
nobody had all around game. Cheryl Swoops. She was nasty. I really enjoy watching Cheryl Swoops play basketball. Dawn Staley too. Shoot, I even like to watch college Rebecca Lobo when they had to run and stuff like that.
I would say
I ain't
maybe.
Seen nobody like Asia.
Well, I would say I think Candace Parker was ahead of her time. I think if Candace Parker, like I said, would have got drafted 2 years ago, I think she dominates this sport, hands down. I think
if she was, some years younger, that's what you're talking about. She was in this class.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. When Candace Parker came in, everything was easy for her. Which, like I said, it was a whole nother skill level.
But that's what I'm saying. The transition hadn't really.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, everybody much faster now.
Yeah, she was ahead of her time. Nobody can keep up with Candace Parker.
That's what I'm saying. She wasn't playing against this level of competition.
No.
Right.
But I'm thinking that she would definitely adjusted to this competition. I think Maya Moore.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I think Maya Moore would have had no problem in this competition.
No, she's right up there with Yeah, she's got to be in the conversation.
Yeah, but we don't know how.
They ain't still though. Asia
Asia's still number one.
Yeah.
Are we talking about all time?
All time.
I can say that.
I can
say that. They'd be like Asia all time.
All time, right.
And then maybe Maya Moore and Candace Parker. There's your goats.
I don't know.
You talk about all around game. There's your goats. Who else are we talking about? There's nobody. There's
Cheryl
nobody.
Miller?
No. No.
Cheryl Swoops?
No. Anybody in that beginning phase of the WNBA cannot compete in these days. I don't care what says.
Come on, man. Don't you tell Taretha Witherspoon that? Come on, man. I don't know.
We're not.
You're right. Yeah. I believe. I think
anybody trying to in these comments trying to argue with me, like anybody that averaged 5 to 10 points a game, and then people averaging 40, get off the comments. Because, like I said, there's nobody under 2014 that can compete in this age.
Man, I would like to think so, man. I'm gonna bring some names.
There's no names.
Just next week. You just got to give him next week.
You named all the Hall of Famers. You named all the Hall of Famers. Who are we talking about? It was Asia Wilson, Maya Moore, Candace Parker.
Yeah. Yeah. And to think, man, like, you saw like Dawn Staley, Jennifer Azzi. Yeah. Dude, I thought they were like the quickest and fast. I'm like, oh man, they're gonna be like unstoppable.
And then for the generation that's crazy. And then for the people that then it's gonna be like, well, Caitlin Clark did this. Listen, we understand all that. We're not saying that Caitlin Clark is she's not a bum. We already know that. She's breaking records out here. We already know that. But it's still her second year. She's going to pass everybody. So it don't really matter. She's going to win multiple championships, all this other stuff. But we're talking about right now. Okay? I know somebody's going to take this out of hand and go like, I can't believe y'all just da-da-da, whatever. Read the room. Asia Wilson is number one all time. And I love Candace Parker. But it's Maya Moore and Candace Parker.
Maya Moore and Candace Parker.
I mean, if Asia Wilson had the same skill set going until when they started up in the 90s or whatever they started up, Asia Wilson would have Wilt Chamberlain numbers. Okay.
I mean, I think there would be I can name several that would, like, if they played like in the early, they would probably have like some crazy
numbers. Like I said, this is the first time this year and last year, from what I was watching WNBA, never the scoring was like this. If you ain't scoring over 80, it's no way that. Hold on, let me look, because they're playing tonight. It's let's see, let's see, Mystic and Fever right now. It's 67-85. I never seen scores like that before. Even in the NBA, they couldn't get over. Listen, when Jordan played in the finals against the Jazz,
they was
that score was under 50. And they talking about that was great basketball. You gonna go back to that? Give me a 200-point game any day. Give me some entertainment, logo, threes any day. Give me the quickness going up and down the floor.
And that's what I like. That's what I can appreciate. I guess more so.
But these idiots out here going, Oh man, back in the day when they would play real ball, they couldn't even score. Jordan averaged 42. Ain't nobody averaging that. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here.
Somebody's gonna do that. I do believe somebody's gonna be like up there.
To average 40 something?
One of these new cats gonna do it. Some of these cats, man, they play so fast and they can shoot pretty,
They can
shoot good enough. Yeah.
I don't think Steph has an average 40. I don't believe so, but I may be wrong. I don't remember a day that he averaged 40.
It's gonna be somebody that kind of like probably like somebody like LeBron like can get it.
You need somebody with
easy
I can see like SGA because you got to have mid range and
easy.
You got to have a three,
right? Easy buckets.
Mid range and three.
Shoot a three, right?
Jordan said he can always shoot threes, but he didn't want to be known as a 3-point shooter.
That was a lie.
This was it. It's in. What are you talking about? Here's what he said.
What was the go said? He homeboy was lying. he didn't want to be known as a 3-point shooter.
No, he didn't want one as a basically.
Yeah, he said he got bored with shooting threes. So
he didn't want to know as a one-dimensional player. Yeah. That's what he didn't want to be known as, a one-dimensional player. If I'm lying, I'm flying.
He did the right thing then. Turned out well for him.
I still think he's gonna be at the next Nationals. I mean, convention in Chicago, but that's another story for another day. So,
Kurt from Kurt's Car Care?
His car was there. Year before last.
They found his Ferrari.
They found it. I heard about that.
They found the Ferrari. He probably has a Ferrari too. Yeah, his price went up now. If I was Kurt's
the cleaning for PSA,
if I was Kurt's Car Care, I'll raise my prices just for everybody that thought I was didn't believe in me.
Full of it, yeah.
Called the non-believable tariff price. Man, I'm saying, don't come after me now.
I ain't seen your stuff. You just gotta put in the work.
So
learn your lessons.
Yeah, but and also one thing, I got softball in here.
Oof.
Oklahoma got beat, which is
Dynasty done.
Dynasty's absolutely crazy in softball. And like I said, if you're not watching women's softball, I don't know what you're doing. But
this is the time to watch it.
It looks like
it's time to watch it.
Well, they got a protein coming in. Oh, and also, hold on. Speaking of proteins, Jerry, listen to this.
Softball is huge.
Yeah, shout out to Huntsville because we had a pro football team named the Beavers.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, they already had corruption happening already. We even made jerseys yet. Had corruption already. They had to cancel the whole team. Then now we the Asteroids. No, we just had to give it another
rebrand.
Day.
Right?
Rebrand.
I bet you did have to rebrand Beavers. Jesus, what are we doing?
Shout out to the Asteroids, man, because hopefully
so you're the Asteroids?
We're the Asteroids now. Up in Huntsville. And hopefully, like I said, if we have no more corruption, we can finally, I guess, get the plane or whatever. But yeah, we're the Asteroids now. So shout out to them.
Good video game on Atari. Asteroids.
Yeah, so shout out to them. I just want to put that in motion right there. But back to softball. I think I guess Texas is gonna win the whole thing. So,
dude, hopefully their pitcher, she can get some rest because she pitched like the whole tournament for her team so far, or something like that. She nasty. She She got like $1 million NIL deal. And she took down the dynasty, man.
It's over with. That was crazy in itself. That was crazy in itself.
It was such a good game, man. They got tied like at the top of the 7th inning. And then they came up the bat, got to second base, and then all they needed was they had a run on second and third. All they needed was a one sacrifice. That's it.
Yeah.
It was a good game, man. But I didn't know she was so dominant.
I didn't know either. So when I started watching, I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, it's about worth $1 million." So,
I'm gonna be tuned in. Yeah.
So shout out to everybody that's listening right now. Remember, follow us on Kick. Okay.
Don't forget.
We're gonna be we'll start it up this Sunday. We're gonna try to roll everything out for just got to prep itself for the national, but yeah, we're gonna try this whole streaming at the national. So you know what I'm saying, look out for us. While we're over there. Also, Jared Preacher's show is coming back for season 2, so watch out for that rollout also.
JP Money.
That's coming back. Doing that. And like I said, follow us everywhere that you listen to podcasts at. Tell everybody. You know what I'm saying? We got huge stuff coming in. Like I said, road to the national. We're finna do it big in Chicago this year. So I think that's it.
Why not? Why not do it? Why not do it big?
So shout out to everybody listening to this far and everything. And check us out Sunday for the live that's going on right now. No Whatnot Wednesday this week. I don't know. We might go live. Let's see. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But like I said, stay close to all the social media stuff and everything. But listen, until next week, we out of here.
Peace. La boo boo.